Welcome to episode 24 of Steins Gate. This is the final episode, although not really, because at the very least, there's an OVA, which is basically considered episode 25, and then there's a bunch more, and who knows about all that, but at the very least, there's still that. So, it's not quite the end, but at least on my anime list, once I finish this episode, I will have technically completed Steins Gate. So, I am very excited. I'm going to watch it and discuss it. Got the subtitles and the timer on the screen if you want to follow along, or you can pull up the episode on your own. But either way, we're going to watch episode 24 in 3, 2, 1, play. I have loved this show. I loved the last episode so much, and I can't wait to see the resolution. It was super exciting. And like I said, there's still more after this, so that's great too. She's calling you that for a pretty good reason. What are they doing in there? Okay, one trip. Oh, okay. Suzuha is going to stay. Alright. So that means Suzuha can stay here and be a friend to them. That would suck. That could lead to, similar things that we saw before. We're going to change things. And she'll get to live the happy life with them that she did before, but for much longer. That's right. Let's do it. Operation Skuld. All right. And, people were pointing some things out, like how, the OP in episode 1 only came in really late, which of course I noticed at the time, but now we know why. John Titor originally was said to have been talking about World War III, which was originally in this timeline, and so now we know why. So that was Suzuha. So, man, just some things people pointed out in the comments that made me like it even more. But yeah, while the OP is playing, let me just say that if you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel. Steins Gate is every Monday, in addition to other videos, every day of the week, and there's not that much longer for Steins Gate, but who knows what could come after it. And then there's also the description down there. You've got Twitter and Discord if you want to come hang out, and Patreon if you want to support the channel and get these videos early. You can get them a week early, you can get them even earlier than that. Exclusive vlogs, polls, that stuff. Good times. So yeah. Of course, you got a lot of differences in the OP. But the song is still great. And it's still great to listen to. I can't wait to see what happens. I basically know what's going to happen. I can't wait to see how it's going to happen. What are we looking for in the lab? Some Dr. Pepper? What is that? The glow stick saber. Ah, okay. Then you'll think that she was killed. So we have to save the day with a lightsaber. Legit. A little bit. Because if it's simplistic, that's boring. You gotta make it sound exciting. Just go with it. Hmm? So she actually remembers all that? Wow. But Daru doesn't. She just had like a weird feeling that that was the case. Or from dreams. Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, like some part of them always ends up remembering. With Okabe, for some reason, it's just really strong. A little bit, I think so, yes. And? Gotta throw that in there. Yeah, she totally loves me. Absolutely. What's happening? Mm. Hmm? Yes? What about your mother? Sure you'll meet her someday. Can't tell you that. And they're off. Alright, let's see this plan put into motion. Is it really gonna just work out that simply? Is it gonna be an easy job? Yeah, the Metalupa. Then she doesn't get her Metalupa. How sad. She never got to keep it anyway. Maybe she'll get lucky and there'll be another one. It's... Or I guess is that like... No, it's a little green one. I was wondering if it would work out the same regardless. But no, just a regular old green-ass Oopa. And there they go, there's their meeting. Uh, Nothing? Yeah. She has no idea what's going on, and he's off. Yeah, and her fucking dad. That was the worst. The Oopa. So even still, she still dropped it. Even when it was a different Oopa, she still lost it. Preferably, beat the shit out of him, stab him in the face, throw him in prison, any such thing. Because he hasn't done any. I don't know if he's committed any crimes. But I don't know, stab him in the face. He's a piece of shit. Oh, you probably should have made sure about that kind of thing beforehand. I was wondering how long has that been in there? Is it still going to be good? But I just assumed that he would check. You need to you have to. You got to make sure everything is good, everything's in place before you do it, man. You got to make sure it's all working right. You have any ketchup? Close enough when it's in the dark. Cut yourself. Get a little bit of your own blood. You need quite a bit, though. Bitch. That face! Oh my god, that face! And those poses. Holy shit. That was the best thing that's ever happened. The two of you conspired because I'm a little piece of shit. Sure, that's how it is. That's how it is. I don't think anybody needed to conspire to ruin you. I think you ruined yourself by being a bitch. Shit, man, he's gonna let himself get hurt. Better be careful. Egging him on. He's getting mad. He's not wrong. He is not wrong. He's trying to do it. He's trying. Oh, God. Crazy face. Here he comes. He's crazy enough to do it. So, okay, he's going to get stabbed through the hand or something. Where did he... Obviously, it's not life-threatening. Oh, shit, oh my god. I was thinking he'd, get stabbed in a less serious place. I knew he needed a lot of blood in order to fake it, but holy shit. God damn. That's bad. That's real bad. My god, the facial expressions in this episode. Okabe. Holy shit. I love the faces. I'll get you for this. I'll get you for me stabbing you. Whoa. And she doesn't know what the fuck is happening. She just watched this man stand up for her and then her dad stabbed him. knock her out, cover her in blood, which is your blood. Wow. He just got completely stabbed in the fucking gut. Oh my god. uh, uh, holy shit. Well, I said I knew what was going to happen, and I just didn't know how. I didn't expect all that. That's a lot of blood. How is he not dead? Oh my god. Yeah, that looks like that's a convincing one right there. Looks like, she was murdered. What? What now? I don't think you have a minute. I don't know how you've had as long as you've had. And there he is, discovering her body. Mm-hmm. There it is. So everything's still gonna play out the same, but she didn't die. That's fucking awesome. My god, he's... Get the man some medical attention! Ugh. Yeah, please. If I didn't know any better, it seemed like he was gonna die. It seemed like a possibility, just based on everything that was happening. And the time fireflies. In 7 years. Is that when she'll be born? Quite a while from now, Daru. You might meet the wife quite a bit before then, though, so you never know when that'll happen. And he's doing fine in the hospital. People bringing him flowers. He's not here. Yeah, well, how about suck a dick? You should have burned up too, you scumbag. How about the Russian government throw him in a fucking cell and let him rot? You're all lab members. Perhaps they do. I'm sure he did. Even Moeka. Of course, when you've changed things, she is not the same person that she was before. And I'm sure he probably would see that. And now, fucking this guy. Oh, hello. Okay. I have a lot of questions about that, but that's better. That's something. That's a much better purpose than the one she was given before. And he's got a new employee since Suzuha's not here. Welcome back, Areen. For Suzuha, oh no, those are for them. Thought he had one saved up for her, but yep. Moeka, Amane, and Karisu. Or Makise and Kiryu. Either way, it's those three. Karisu? He has to give her her badge. Who knows where? Because she was supposed to go back to America, right? Are we gonna see her? Is she gonna be here? Hey! The choice of Steins Gate. She has to get introduced to him. Memory! I was gonna say she has to learn all this shit all over again, but the memories may come back. The zombie. There we go. Steins Gate. Whoa! Is this a preview for the OVA? Okay. I guess I have to watch it if there's even a preview in the final episode for it. So, yeah, let's talk about that. All right, episode 24. Like I was saying at the beginning, this is technically the final episode of the main show, but there is an OVA, which is considered episode 25, and then there's a bunch more material if you want to go into that too. There's a movie, I'm sure there's other OVAs out there. There's Steins Gate Zero, there's a visual novel, there's all kinds of stuff you could continue with, but even if you just want to stick to the main Steins Gate, episode 25 is still a thing. So I will, at the very least, watch that. Although, honestly, this was pretty perfect. I'm going to watch the next one, but as this was wrapping up, I was thinking, maybe I shouldn't. Like, I'm very happy. Like, I was all smiley towards the end of this episode, just soaking it in, being satisfied by the way this concluded, that I was like, I don't even know if I want to see anything more. I think I've seen everything I need to see. But there's even previews at the end of this episode for the next one, for the OVA. So clearly, like, the staff considered it. Yeah, that's what you should watch next. We're even going to put previews here in what's technically the last episode. So I will watch that, and I'm curious to see what they show and what else is going on. But just as a finale, I think this worked perfectly fine. I was very satisfied with it. It was very enjoyable. I'll talk more about like general wrap-up thoughts later because I am still going to keep watching it, but this episode was great. If this was the end, I thought it would have been great. Watching him go through Operation Skuld to go save Kurisu was really fun because I thought it was such a great idea. I loved episode 23 so much, and seeing it in action was really cool. Something like the metal Upa being so significant, getting a different one in there, getting her that green Upa, just to make sure that it wouldn't set off the metal detectors on his plane when it caught on fire and the papers would get burned up. That's fantastic that the Upa was so significant. And then the actual operation, the blood. You really should have checked the thing. It was cool that he had this invention, and it's like such an over explanation for such a simple thing, as you must do if you're a mad scientist. You can't just make things sound simple. You've got to make it flowery and interesting. Come on. Got to make things exciting. But what you do have to do also, check to make sure it's all in proper working order. I was wondering, like, I don't know how long it's been since you've used this thing or ever checked up on it all. Make sure it's in proper working condition. Make sure the blood is good to go. I kind of just assumed that it would be. No. So I'm like, okay, he's going to have to use his own blood. That's pretty crazy. He's going to need a lot of it, though. I was looking at his hand. So I was like, okay, maybe he'll just get some of his own blood, somehow be able to like mix that in with some of the fake blood that's in there or something. How's this gonna work out? I didn't expect a full-on huge gut stabbing his own hand into there to get more blood out, and that was a shit ton of blood. And that was genuinely scary for Okabe. If I hadn't known any better, I would have thought, oh my god, he's gonna die. If I hadn't known that there was another episode after this one, and that there's a movie, and a whole another show, and all this other stuff, even though that's like a whole alternate timeline thing, I think, I knew there was more. So I was pretty sure he wasn't dying. If I hadn't known that stuff, I may have thought more strongly that Okabe could die here, and even against my better judgment, I was having the thought. You know, that's the kind of thing that a good piece of fiction does to you, where even if you know, well, like, there's another one after this, so, like Infinity War, you know when that's over, yeah, they're all gonna be back, but, you know, they do such a good job with it that when Spider-Man's going all dusty, it's still emotional, because it's just a good character and it's a good scene. Same kind of thing here, even though I was like, yeah, well, he can't die, right? Like, you kind of just start questioning it, like, no, he can't, because it was just so good, and it seemed so fatal. Like, there was so much blood, him stabbing his own hand in there, it's like, oh my god, and just the thought that he, after all this, would be leading to this, to be sacrificing his own life for Kurisu and for everyone else, was a really sad thought. when he got stabbed, I was like, okay, the reveal is going to be, because we didn't see the exact angle of the stab, and usually when that happens, it's then going to be revealed, like, oh, I put my arm in front of it, and you actually stabbed me in the arm, so there's blood, but I'm not going to die. But then no, it showed it, and he just got stabbed in the stomach, and there's a ton of blood. Fuck Makisei's dad, have I mentioned? He's a piece of shit. But yeah, like, in most things that are not anime, I would expect that to be fully fatal. I could buy it here in anime, and I'm very happy he survived, obviously. Wrapping up, giving the badges to everybody, all the lab members, was really nice, just kind of going through everybody, knowing that they can get their memories back from all these other world lines. Kurisu at the end, that was perfect. I'm so glad that he ran into her. Of course she would want to be looking for the person who saved her. And I'm so glad that it showed that she was starting to recall memories too. I was like, you're going to talk all this crazy shit and she's going to have to get used to you all over again, but things are going to start coming back to her. And that's really nice. That's a really good way to end that. I enjoyed that a lot. Daru's little role, wondering about who his wife would be, you know. You'll get there, man. Don't worry about it. Just live your life and it'll happen. We're not going to tell you when or who it is. Mayuri recalling memories of Kurisu and telling Okabe that he has to save her no matter what. That was really great. Suzuha, I thought she was going to stick around. I guess I misunderstood that, or things just went differently than she thought they would, because she was saying we have enough fuel for one trip back, and then one trip there and back, so I'm not going to go home. So she was saying, like, if we fail, I am just going to be here forever, being depressed that we failed, and I assume it probably would have ended up the way her old story did, being all depressed and suicidal and tragic. So I just assumed that if they succeeded, we'd come back here and then she would just live here and live her life with them, having succeeded. But that's not the case. She actually disappears, and she will actually be born 7 years from now from Daru and the mystery woman. So I guess I misunderstood that as she was saying that. But yeah, it seems like she's in the preview though for the next episode, so I don't really know what's up with her. We'll have a little bit more. Moeka and Mr. Brown, I don't know about that either. I guess they don't work for CERN? Maybe he still does, but I would think no. I don't know why that is, but I guess I'll just buy it. It works as a resolution, a wrap-up for their characters, that she still works under him. He has still given her a purpose, but a much better one, a much healthier one, and he also has a new assistant, a new employee, now that Suzuha's not there anymore. It works really well for both of them. I do just have to wonder, like, I guess they just don't work for CERN in this timeline. So it's good on Okabe that he can accept that. I don't know. Like, does he know? Does he know if they work for CERN or not? Does he not care? Like, that's not... I have questions about that. It's not a huge deal because, like, the emotional core of the story is so strong that it doesn't really matter, just wrapping up everybody's little storylines, I think, is more important. So to have Okabe go to everybody, give them their badges, show that Moeka is with Mr. Brown, I think that's a really nice wrap-up for that. So the questions are not as important. Well, they are there, for sure. I don't know if it's supposed to be ambiguous and you're not really supposed to know, but it's definitely stuff that I am thinking about. Like, I can understand him forgiving, for sure, especially Moeka, which is pretty big of him to do that. But is he not wondering, like, does he still work for CERN, though? Does he still control, like, the Rounders? These people who can come kill people at any time? I'm living above this guy? Like, is he not questioning that at all? I don't know. I'm not sure. I would like to think Kurisu's father just ends up in some jail cell somewhere and is tortured. Let's go with that. That's my canon. Sure. I'll just assume they threw him in a Russian prison and did who knows what. That's good. Ruka and Ferris exist. They're here in the episode. That's fine. Sure. Give them their badges. But yeah, it's just a nice little wrap-up, and I don't really know what they're gonna show next. Probably just like a little bit extra wrap-up, like what they're all doing with their lives from now on. Maybe it'll show Daru meeting his future wife. Some extra little stuff. Obviously it showed Suzuha there. I don't know. Maybe that'll answer some of those questions about Mr. Brown and Moeka, but if this were the final episode, I would have been perfectly satisfied. I thought this was a great wrap-up, but there is still more. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts on this episode, and I'll see you for that one. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Check out all the links down below. Appreciate it all, and I'll see you then.